Let's speak now to Faisal Al-Mutahka. He's the editor-in-chief of the Gulf Times. Good to have you with us. So first of all, sir, we heard the Emir of Qatar talking about Israel as a rogue state, Israel as a terror state. Has Israel burnt its bridges with one of the key mediators in this conflict?
No, I think it puts things in context, and it put us on the right side of the case. You know, we are the civilized people. We are the one who's following the international law, and he's the rogue state. Netanyahu keeps saying we are the civilized people and they are the barbarian. No, he's the barbarian. So I think the Emir, His Highness the Emir's speech have put things in context. As you know, the Emir has been going to the UN since 2013. And each time talking about worrying about the case in Israel and asking for peace and to go to international resolutions. But Israel kept escalating and escalating. So I really want to go through some of what His Highness says.
Well, before you do that, could I ask you, Faisal, is there much left for Doha to mediate now, given what happened with Israel attacking the mediating or the group, the officials who were studying an American proposal? We hear from Qatar it wants to continue mediation, but is there much left to be mediated?
Qatar commits on peace and mediation, but I'm sure this is something that, in terms of protocol and resolution, Qatar will require, of course, some security on if it continues. But going the narrative, it's the most important thing for me also in the speech is the narrative. We are a democratic state surrounded by the barbarians Arab. No, you are not the democratic state. His Highness have touched on, you have two states have signed an agreement. You have Jordan and you have Egypt. What did Israel respect on them? The other side, you have the Abraham Accord. If you think about the Abraham Accord, part of it is to help the peace in the Palestinian side. And then third, you have the Arab Initiative of Peace. So what are we facing? We are facing Netanyahu, who's talking about Grand Israel. This is not some diplomatic from foreign countries even keep repeating this narrative. So we live in a very strange world, to tell you.
Right.
Indeed, talking. Yes, please.
We know that Donald Trump was scheduled to meet with Middle Eastern leaders after his speech at the General Assembly. What do you think will be the message of those Middle Eastern leaders to Donald Trump at this very critical time? We understand that the Israeli Prime Minister, a man who's wanted for war crimes by the ICC, will be trying to get the green light from Donald Trump to pay back some kind of revenge on countries that have put have recognized the state of Palestine. What do you think these Middle Eastern leaders will say to Donald Trump at this critical time?
I think also back to the speech, His Highness was like the voice of the Arab. He talked about Sudan. He talked about Syria, what Israel is doing in Syria. I was even hearing the interview of the Syrian president. There was 1,000 strike on Syria. What did Syria do to Israel? A collapsed country that was in a hurtful regime for a long time. What have they done, and what Lebanon have done? To be striked every day, and the whole village people were dismantled. What did we do in Qatar mediating? So we stopped the war for so much time. The whole country and His Highness and the Prime Minister, 2 years of mediation, saved 148 Israeli and tried to stop the war. So I really think that what is America's position to stop the war? Okay, how do we stop the war? If an initiative, a paper that's been submitted from President Trump and a compound in Qatar and an official mediation being struck by Israel. So what is left? So it's really pity. So let's see what happened, to tell you the truth. But we are optimistic because we have a united leader we will not stop looking for and seek our rights on international arena as civilized people always do.
Okay, we're going to leave it there. Thanks so much, Faisal Al-Mudahka from the Gulf Times, Qatari newspaper.
Thank you, Sami.